a bird! He's a plane!
No, it's Jaime and Fuego!
Yes, 'tis I, everyone. How the hell are you? How's it going? It's a lovely yet hideously hot Tuesday afternoon, nearly 3:30 as I record this, and wanted to give a grande greetings to everyone scoping out the show today. The reason I started out with this bird and this plane business is because one detriment to making so much attention of mine placed upon local bands and what concerts are coming this week and so on and so forth is that I don't get out to the movies very often. I just finally saw Star Trek, and it's been out for almost 2 months. And so it looks like this evening it is a friend's daughter's birthday, and we're going to be going and finally scoping out this Man of Steel business. I'm apprehensive because I've always been more of a Batman guy myself. Superman's kind of a tool in my estimation, but so going to be scoping that out, and it'll be nice being inside a nice air-conditioned area as opposed to, just out in this hideous heat, as I mentioned. However, if you want a even better air-conditioned option than I'm mentioning, and in all honesty, music is always a far better option, at least in my opinion. But being a comic book geek and, despite the rocker exterior, a nerd at heart, I just had to eventually get out and, see this film. However, I have an option which is even better for y'all, because I'm sure you're a little more up to date. You've already seen that Man of Steel business. Because there's a fantastic show that I wish that I did not have prior obligations and could attend, because it is going to be supremely killer. I just discovered this band this morning. I was tinkering around on Facebook and Reverb Nation and came across a group of guys from Phoenix called Skull Drug. That's right, Skull Drug. And they play a brand of, there's everything from hardcore to, elements of various types of metal and punk. I mean, just all kind of culminating together in just a mixed bag of just awesomeness. And they are playing at the Club Red Owl this evening, which is out in Tempe. And there's a whole host of righteous bands, both local and one Cali group that's headlining the festivities. But before I get into all of that, I am just jonesing to play these guys for you, because I immediately went and purchased their Sensory Overload EP, which is what this comes from. And this is actually the title track to that very record. So this is Skull Drug, and they are so ready to just pummel your face and make you feel as if you're, on some strange substance. That's what this sure did for me. This is called Sensory Overload.
This is not a form of brainwashing. 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 The sensory overload.
Yeah, close my eyes listening to that, and I can just envision fools just getting knocked to the ground in the midst of a vicious mosh pit. That was Skull Drug from here in Phoenix, Arizona, pummeling your face with their track Sensory Overload. Awesome stuff. And that is from their Sensory Overload EP of the same name. So that was the title track that you were just a privy to. Hope you all loved it as much as I did, because that shizzle is straight up rocking, man. I must admit. Totally awesome. And just as a reminder, they're going to be out at the Club Red/Red Owl this evening. And for those who have not been to that righteous venue, it's part indoor, part outdoor. So I kind of hope that they are playing in the indoor area, since I was, making all this talk about air-conditioned structures and whatnot, and how I'm going to seek refuge in one myself. But even if it's not, man, I mean, the sun will be down, and once you get jumping around and sweating and get a few cervezas in you, you'll be good to go. The show's $12. For those who have not been over to Club Red before, it's on the one. It's basically just west of the 101 freeway on University. So close to a freeway. So it doesn't matter which area of town y'all would be coming from. You can very conveniently make your arrival. $12. There's a ton of other bands, including local ones. I listen to basically everybody on this bill, and top to bottom, it is badass. We have Egregious. We also have Reason Unknown, Plainfield Butchers, and honestly, all three of these bands are so rad that I could see myself covering them, specifically at a future date. And obviously, the aforementioned Skull Drug, who you just heard. And last but not least, the headliners are a group called D.I., and they're basically kind of a more metal version of the Ramones. That was my judgment call after listening to them a little bit. The frontman is apparently the ex-Adolescence and Soul Social Distortion drummer. So his name is Casey Royer, and he's the vocalist for this band D.I. They've been around for quite a while, so they're the forefathers on the bill, the headliners. But Skull Drug, they are oh so worth your time, and everybody else is as well. Plainfield Butchers, Reason Unknown, Egregious. This is top to bottom an evening of acts that is, it's, you're gonna be breathless afterwards, probably covered in bruises and bloody gashes and stuff if you decide to enter the mosh pit, but it is all so worthwhile, as anybody who likes a good punk or metal show knows. Get those endorphins roaring and get a little bit of aggression out. It's a much more valid and kind of safe outlet than going and trying to fight somebody on the streets or something like that. So this is going to be a show for anybody with a little bit of pent-up aggression. You're going to be able to jump around and have an awesome time. So I'm going to leave you with one more of their songs, since it's punk. The tight thing about getting to cover a band like that is I usually get to play two of their songs because they're slightly shorter. This next one is also from the Sensory Overload EP. This is called Circle the Squares, and I'm going to leave you with that. Extend a enormous thank you, gracias, merci, arigato, danka, to everybody who tuned into the show today. Please get your butts out to Club Red Owl tonight for Skull Drug and all the other awesome bands that I mentioned. If you want to check out my Examiner articles, which is the other thing that I do, my main gig besides this, which is actually writing instead of just talking into a microphone, you can scope all that stuff out. If you Google Jaime and Fuego, you'll find all my Phoenix Concert Examiner work on that website. You'll also find the necessary evil of the social media business. I'm on Twitter, but I'm not on Twitter that often. But hey, jump on there. I usually at least post my articles to it. And also the Face Bislin, which I actually just connected this morning with the Cats and Skull Drug. Awesome dudes, and they told me about the show tonight. So hence me trying to pimp it out and get some more peeps out to it. So check my stuff out, but also please do check out Skull Drug. They've got a few more shows coming up in just the next couple weeks, if I recall correctly. I just want to give a shout out to those real quick before I jump into that last song. They're also going to be at Mia's Lounge in Flagstaff, and that's coming up just on Thursday. So if you feel like doing something different on the 4th and escaping the heat, Mia's Lounge in Flagstaff, scope that place out. and then they're going to be jumping out the next day to Vegas, which will be sweet. They're going to be in Havasu, but check this show out tonight. Don't put it off. Don't procrastinate. And just to really drive the point home, I'm going to do one more of their songs, as I said. This is Circle the Squares. Adios, everybody. Peace out.
Turning to the fucking thing of all their need. Still the boy like I'm the one that will corrupting everyone and have your chance to intercede. Let me get this one, believe I know that it's guaranteed to need your fucking bed. And the rap of them turning to the fucking thing of underneath. Still the blood, I'm the one to move corrupting everyone. I have no chance to intercede. Let me get this one, bleed. I know that it's guaranteed to need your fucking bed. He's a bird. He's a plane.
No, it's Jaime and Fuego.
Yes, 'tis I, everyone. How the hell are you? How's it going? It's a lovely yet hideously hot Tuesday afternoon, nearly 3:30 as I record this, and wanted to give a grande greetings to everyone scoping out the show today. The reason I started out with this bird and this plane business is because one detriment to making so much attention of mine placed upon local bands and, what concerts are coming this week and so on and so forth is that I don't get out to the movies very often. I just finally saw Star Trek, and it's been out for almost 2 months. And so it looks like this evening it is a friend's daughter's birthday, and we're going to be going and finally scoping out this Man of Steel business. I'm apprehensive because I've always been more of a Batman guy myself. Superman's kind of a tool in my estimation, but so going to be scoping that out, and it'll be nice being inside a nice air-conditioned area as opposed to, just out in this hideous heat, as I mentioned. However, if you want a even better air-conditioned option than I'm mentioning, and in all honesty, music is always a far better option, at least in my opinion, but being a comic book geek and, despite the rocker exterior...